Welcome to these hysterectomy recovery exercises. Hi, I'm Michelle, and today we're going through physiotherapy hysterectomy recovery exercises to speed up your recovery after your hysterectomy, and also to avoid some of the most common side effects that women experience after hysterectomy surgery. Now, these exercises are appropriate if you've had a vaginal or abdominal hysterectomy. Now, all these exercises are in-bed exercises. We'll start with the exercises that you need to do straight after your surgery. There's 2 of those. And then we'll move on to the 4 in-bed exercises that will help your back, your bottom, and help you move around the bed without pain. So let's get started now. So the first exercise we're starting with is deep breathing exercises. Now, these are really important after your hysterectomy surgery so that you don't develop lung problems or breathing problems after your surgery. You can usually start these when you wake up from your anaesthetic. Now, the way you do these is by breathing deeply into your belly. So what you do is you need to lift the bed up. So much better to do these exercises elevated rather than lying flat. And what you do is you bring your hands over this part of your belly so that we're going above your navel but below your rib cage. Now, what I want you to do is breathe slowly and deeply in through the nose if you can to fill up your lungs and make your hands move outwards. So you'll find if you've got an abdominal wound, you won't want to be moving these very much. So it's really important to encourage the air down into the base of the lungs despite the abdominal wound or the vaginal hysterectomy wounds. So let's do these together. Relax your shoulders back and down. Breathe in slowly and deeply in through your nose. Make your belly move forward with the in-breath and your hands move wide. Slow and deep breath in, fill up your lungs, and then let the air slowly fall away through your mouth and relax. How did you go with that? So 4 to 5 of those deep breaths, really hourly, if you can do those, is a really great exercise to start with and one of your most important exercises to continue, particularly during that first week following your hysterectomy surgery. Now, the second other really important exercise to start straight away is your circulation exercises. Now, these exercises help to prevent you developing a blood clot in your calves. And again, the risk is increased if you've had abdominal surgery. So these are really important to start as soon as you wake up, unless you've been advised otherwise. This is how you do your calf pump exercises. So these are our circulation exercises and they're calf pump exercises. Now, obviously you'll be lying down to do these. And what you do is you bring your feet up towards your head and you point your toes down. So it's as simple as that. And what you're actually doing is contracting the calf muscles here. And when the calf muscles contract, they squeeze blood through the deep veins in your calves. So you can see that I'm just moving my feet up and down here, up and down 10 times. And you can do those every 20 minutes, particularly while you're resting in bed after surgery. And this promotes circulation through this area and helps to prevent a clot forming in this area as well. Now, these next exercises are your in-bed exercises that you can do usually 24 to 48 hours after your surgery. So they should be pain-free all the time. And I'd ask you to stop any exercise that causes you any discomfort, but all these exercises should help you feel much more comfortable and also to speed up your recovery, preventing side effects too. So lying on our backs, this is the first exercise we're going to do. We're going to do an exercise called a heel slide exercise. And what you do here is keeping both feet in contact with the ground all the time. You slide one heel up towards your bottom, and then slowly back down. Now you can see I'm keeping my heel in contact with the bed the whole time. This is really important. You don't want to be lifting your leg, and when you move after a hysterectomy, move safely. Just slide one heel at a time and back down. But this is a nice exercise. It's getting some movement through our hips. It's getting some circulation through our legs. And you can do whatever feels comfortable when you start out, maybe 3 or 4 at a time. And then the other side again as well, up and down, just like that. And making sure you breathe during the exercises as well. And I also too find that if you're wearing your TED stockings in the bed, that can make it more comfortable to actually, or some socks, to slide your heels up and down the bed. Now, our second exercise is a bridging exercise. This is a fantastic exercise to know after surgery because it helps you move around the bed without discomfort. So here's what we do. What we do is lying down again, flat, slide one heel up towards your bottom, then bring the other heel up. So you're starting off in this position. Now what you then do is lift your bottom off the bed. This will not be painful because it's using your bottom muscles. It's got nothing to do with your tummy muscles. So I like to actually breathe out with the lift and then come back down slowly and breathe in. And then you can repeat that again. Breathe out with the lift and coming back down slowly. Now when you start these exercises, you might just start a couple at a time and you're working up to doing 10 exercises in a row for all these exercises, just as you feel comfortable over your recovery. Now the other lovely thing about the bridging exercise is that it helps you move around the bed without pain, and it also helps you relieve pressure off your back. This is what you do. So if you need to actually move up the bed or across the bed, you can bridge and lift up and you won't have pain through your belly after your hysterectomy. You could also, if you need to move up the bed, then pull your elbows into the bed, push yourself upwards, and you can see I can move up the bed here because you tend to slide down the bed, don't you? Or you can actually then come back down again by lifting your bottom, and you can see I'm moving using that bridging action. So this is an excellent exercise to practice after your hysterectomy. Now, our third exercise is called a pelvic tilt. Pelvic tilting is a lovely exercise for taking pressure off your lower back. Now this is how you do a pelvic tilt. What you do is again, and I'll start with my legs out so we get into position. So sliding again, one heel up at a time towards your bottom. Now this exercise takes pressure off your lower back. It's a lovely pain relieving movement that you can do. And what you do is you gently flatten the arch of the back into the bed so you feel that space underneath your lower back. You're just really gently tilting and flattening out there in that position, and then very gently rolling back through. And again, this should feel really comfortable. It's not using your tummy muscles, it's using some hip muscles to move and roll back through, because we know that resting in bed can make your back feel really uncomfortable. So this is a really nice exercise to do whenever you want to relieve any pressure off your low back. And it's lovely for those of you ladies who have a big sway back or a big arch in the lower back. A really nice exercise to do to take pressure off that area. Now, our final in-bed exercise is a lumbar rotation exercise. Now, with this particular exercise, again, we're starting in this same position. So what you do, and I like to actually bring my arms across my chest for this exercise, and it's a small roll of the knees from side to side. And again, this is for the lower back, to avoid lower back stiffness and to relieve lower back pain when you're resting in bed. So you can just gently roll your knees slightly to one side and come back to the middle and then roll to the other side. You can see how small the movement is that I'm doing there. This is not a big rotation. So you don't want to roll. You might have done big rolls in classes before. Don't do that. We do not want to twist through your wound. And this should be pain-free when you do this exercise. I'll just go across one more time and gently come back to center. And again, you can be breathing with the exercise, breathing in and breathing out as you lift back up, and breathing in and breathing out as you come back up. And you can see that I've got my feet in contact with the bed, I've got my body in contact with the bed, and I'm not twisting through my tummy. So I think you can see there's quite a number of exercises. We've gone through 6 different exercises there for after your hysterectomy recovery to promote your recovery, make sure that you don't develop side effects such as chest problems, such as clots in the calves, and also problems such as lower back pain. So we want to keep your low back nice and mobile, and also to free up your hips, your knees, and the joints through your lower body. So I really hope these exercises help you. I do have a hysterectomy recovery exercises book. It's linked above and also in the description below if you want more information on safe exercises and safe hysterectomy recovery exercises to do after your hysterectomy surgery. I always appreciate your comments and I love your feedback. If you've got any questions, please feel welcome to leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in the next video. And the next video coming up is how to relieve gas pain after hysterectomy. So you might want to stay with me for that. Look forward to seeing you next time. Goodbye for now.